Okay, everybody, I'm gonna be giving you guys a carry, 3 carry decks. They're all basically the same, um, but Twinblast is a little bit different. I'm not gonna be doing Sparrow because she's a little odd, and I'm trying to figure out a good deck for her still. Um, but so recently, I just got Twinblast to level 8. Actually, just like 30 minutes ago, and so you're gonna start off by going 2 strike tokens in the beginning if you have them. Otherwise, just pick 3 of the 1 cost whatevers. Um, one cost things. So I usually go 2 strike tokens and a bump juice. If you don't have bump juice, health potion is perfectly fine. I just like that it instantly gives me 85 health. Um, so those are the that's the first thing that you want to buy immediately when you spawn in. Um, so next is on my first 6 points. So I stay last hit till 6 points. Um, I go get my Guardian's Ward and my Major Strike. So that way I can have that way instead of doing absolutely puny amounts of damage in the beginning, now I'm doing about 70 a hit, which is pretty decent for only 6 points. Um, and then go farm again, get some more last hits, and then for your second 6 points, you don't want to finish this off. You actually want to grab a Rust Breaker with a major. You want to grab the Rust Breaker and the Major Strike. So that way you can get that all nice and squared away. You'll have a lot more damage, and you'll be doing about 105 per hit at about this point now. So then next 6 points, what I like to do is finish off the Rust Breaker with a strike and a minor pierce. Um, and this little bit of pierce helps you just a little bit in game because at this point you should probably be about level 8, level 9. If you're doing really well, level 10. And this will allow you to be able to pierce through just that natural armor that other carries and junglers have. Um, so that'll help you out there. And then, so that's 3 points. And then you want your next 3 points. So at this point, you want to get rid of your 2 strike tokens. Um, and then you want to slot the flash fire. And then you want to buy with those 3 extra points that you have your major cast. Or your major strike, my bad. And at this point you'll be doing about 130 140 damage a hit, and you'll start getting your attack speed, and so your next 6 points you want to finish this off. So you want to grab your brutal kinetic, then you want to sell your bump juice or your health potion, whichever one you have, to get the vicious kinetic and the brutal kinetic with your 6 points. So you can finish this off because you want to have attack speed at this point in the game. So you should be doing about 150 a hit, and you should have a lot of extra attack speed. And then next thing you want to get, it depends. So if you feel like you're getting melted a little bit too quickly, and you need some extra health, what you want to do is with your next 6 points, you want to finish off your Guardian's Ward and then immediately slot the Amulet of the Veteran, to just get a little bit more health. If you feel like you don't need that, still go ahead and finish off the Guardian's Ward, but grab the second Rust Breaker. So depends on which one you want, but the Rust Breaker has a major pierce strike and a minor strike. So the major pierce, well, this will allow you to, I think, to have 96 penetration, which will get through basically everybody's armor, especially if you're a physical damage character going up against a Greystone who has extra physical armor. This will help you get through a decent amount. So, but if you feel like you need the health, go ahead and do the Amulet of Veteran with the Major Strike, health and lesser health. So you can have that, and then your last card, it's going to be the Flashfire Piston. Um, so when you get 6 points, buy the flash fire piston, or buy the actual card, and then buy the vicious kinetic because that's 6 points. Um, and then your last six go to the brutal and the major strike. Um, so, and then, so here's where the armor comes in. Um, so if you feel like if you're doing just really well, you have excellent positioning, you're very advanced at playing a carry, um, and you don't feel like you need the armor, then you don't need to go the armor. That just keep all your damage. You'll just have 1,000 extra health. Um, so that so like that'll keep you from not getting easily melted. You'll be able to take a little bit more hits. Um, but if you're feeling like I need the armor, whichever one is troubling you most, so whether it's physical armor or energy armor, um, usually like most of the time you're going to be picking the tempered plate. You want to slot this over your guardian sword, so you want to get rid of the guardian sword and put in the tempered plate. Um, and I have all armors on here of 3, 2, and 1. So greater guard, guard, minor guard. And with this, you'll have 198 armor and 700 extra health because you get 600 from the amulet of the veteran and then 100 from the tempered plate. And this is going to be really nice because at 198 armor, you're going to be decreasing their damage by about 40%. And having 700 extra health is going to keep you really, really nice. I went against a Grux who was running crit at full build. He was just running crit and damage, and he normally would have crit for about 500, but he was only critting me for like 250. Like, he was not hurting me enough, and he didn't have any armor, and I was able to pierce through all his natural armor with my 2 rust breakers, and he just got melted. And end game with all your attack speed and damage. So if you choose to go no armor whatsoever, you'll be doing 230 a shot, and you'll have end game it'll say 199, but you have 99 extra attack speed from just these 2 flash fire pistons. So when you pop your nitro ability on Twinblast, you'll be firing for 150 basically. No, 144. So you'll be at, in the game it'll say 244 attack speed. And you'll melt towers so quickly because towers have natural armor as well, and with the rust breakers you'll be able to go through that. You can melt towers, melt inhibs. It's an overall just solid build for Twinblast. It's done me really, really well. So with Murdock, the build is almost exactly the same. It's slightly different though. So, um, if you have the Siege Sword, which is almost exactly like the Mega Sword, except get rid of the mana and instead it has health. You want to basically, instead of the Staff of Adamant, how I have it here, you want to have the Sage's Ward with the major cast health, lesser health. Then you don't need this card and you don't need this card. But because I don't have that, I had to improvise. So the improvisioned way is with your first 6 points, you want to buy the Mega Sword and completely max it out with the 3 minor casts. And then you just want to keep the rest of the build the exact same as the Twinblast, except when I say finish off your ward, which has the health on it, instead you want to start the Staff of Adamant. But if you feel like you don't really need the wards, toss them so you can just finish off the Staff of Adamant, get that fully leveled up. And then same thing applies with at the very end with your armor, all you want to do is get rid of your Staff of Adamant, slot an armor card of your choice in, uh, and then for whatever reason, if you don't have minor barriers or minor guards, these took me forever to get. Just slot in healths, just the one cost healths. Just improvise. Just make it 6 total points for the upgrade. Um, that's all you want to do. Like for any part of this build, if you're like, I can't do that, just make the upgrade 6. Because so how I do my cards is I have 4 9-cost cards. So that's like Staff of Adamant, Meltdown, Elder Mage, all 9 costs. Then you have 2 12 costs, which is both my Whirling Wands. So that's kind of how you want to structure Murdock, but because I decided to do Whirling Wands instead of Madstone Gems, you're going to be doing more damage as Murdock as compared to the Twinblast deck, but you're going to have slightly less attack speed. So with Murdock, you're going to have only 88 extra attack speed, and then, but you're going to have, I believe, 221 extra damage at the very end if you don't go any armors. So you should be doing about 250, 260 a hit. With Murdock, your ult should be for around 800 damage, probably just a little bit under it. And then the attack speed is perfectly fine. Your shotgun's going to do an absolute crap ton of damage. So yes, this is an overall great build for Murdock. And then it is basically exactly the same for Grim. So instead of the Magus Ward, I use Sorcerer's Ward just because why not? The pen can come in handy early game to help get down towers, because you'll actually have more pen once you buy your first Shadow Scroll. You'll have 48 pen, which can almost get through all of Tower's armor, so you'll be able to take down towers quicker, which is great. Do the same thing as the Twinblast build, or exactly as I said in the Murdock build, and then you just want your 2 Whirling Wands, 2 major connects, each 1 major cast, exactly the same like the Murdock. Staff of Adamant, again, if you have Sage's Ward, get rid of this card, get rid of this card, Sage's Ward with major cast, health, lesser health. And again, 2 cast tokens, health potion, all the same. Great builds. The armor, especially on Grim, is going to keep you alive at the end game, because Kalaris, Chimeras, Gruxes, they're not going to be able to do much to you if you just slot a Tempered Plate, or if their only real threat is their other carry and it's a Murdock. Just slot on a Tuned Barrier, and I know for a fact not every Murdock in the game runs over 200 pen to get through all your armor, so he's going to be doing a lot less damage to you. Even if he has 96 pen like I do on my builds, you're going to be you're still going to have about 120 extra armor, maybe 130 extra armor still, and that's going to be like a 36% decrease to their damage. So as long as you have good aim, you're going to be able to outlast any other carry in the game. So these are my carry guides for Twin, Murdock, and Grim. They are insanely good. They have worked really well for me. I'm not going full into the meta of just slotting having both armors on at all times. So this is slightly tweaked from the carry meta that is happening right now, but I think that it's still really good. And usually if you're ahead, you're just going to stay ahead and you're just going to be killing everybody as a good carry. So anyway, thanks. I'm going to put in a short game that I had with Twinblast where I went 6-0 with the build. I did really, really well, and it was against 3 fighters. Um, so it'll just show you how good the build is. So thank you.